spent the most of my 20s worrying about things that I cannot change. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will, okay? Timelines are stupid. Yes, you heard me right. Hey guys, it's Katherine here again, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that you're here. So guys, today's video, just like the title says, I'm going to be talking about 10 things I have learned in my 20s. Now, if you're just tuning into this channel for the first time, my name is Katherine Useh. I am a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. I am 30 years old, and that's why I feel like I want to touch on this topic. I've been seeing it a lot on YouTube, and with the year coming to an end, like this is October already, I just decided to write down a few things I wish I knew in my 20s, and I feel like you guys can relate to these things as well. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely keep on watching. So welcome back. So 10 things I wish I knew in my 20s. So the first thing would be, everything is going to be okay. Guys, if only I knew this in my 20s. I hear it a lot. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Even in like music, in church, like we say it is well a lot in church, in the secular world, just like Bob Marley sang, everything is going to be alright. It's like I hear this a lot, but if only I knew this in my 20s, like I did not just hear it, like I understood it, I wouldn't have spent the most of my 20s worrying about things that I cannot change. Like I worried so much about my future, what the future holds, what's going to become of me. I spent most of my 20s worrying when I should be living life, like doing my best, enjoying my life, enjoying that phase that I'm in. If only I spent my 20s just enjoying life. But yeah, thank God I have my 30s to, you know, enjoy my life. But yeah, that's one thing that I wish I knew in my 20s, that everything is going to be alright and I should just stop worrying. Okay, just like the Bible says in Philippians 4 verse 6, don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for what he has done. I was worried about like getting married, worried about like having the perfect job, worried about having cars, having all of these things. If only I was just enjoying that phase of my life, you know. I wish I enjoyed my 20s more. Yeah, so that's one thing I wish I knew in my 20s. So guys, another thing I wish I knew in my 20s was that timelines are stupid. Yes, you heard me right. I wish I knew this in my 20s. Like I set a very, I will not say it was an unrealistic timeline, but I set like timelines for myself. And what timelines does to you is when these things do not happen at the time that you expect it to happen based on the timeline that you have set for yourself, you feel disappointed, you feel depressed, you feel a lot of things. But yeah, I wish I knew this in my 20s. Like, I had my life set out. Like I always used to say when I was younger, I always used to say I wanted to get married at 21, have my first child at 22 or 23, have my house before 30, like my own house before 30, have my car, like have a family before 30. But yeah, I am. I am currently 30 years old and I have some of these things, but the only thing that is missing is like marriage. But yeah, I've learned to stop setting timelines for myself, because at the end of the day, I'm not the owner of my life, you know. God knows best. God knows the best time for everything to happen for you. Yeah, that's something that I wish I knew in my 20s. Timelines are stupid. Okay. Another thing that I wish I knew in my 20s is that relationships do not have to be so difficult. If any relationship that you're in, be it like, it doesn't even have to be romantic relationships, but like romantic relationships included, all forms of relationship, like relationship with even family, okay, relationship with your friends, female friends, male friends, it doesn't have to be so difficult. If you're in a relationship that you're constantly fighting with that person, that relationship is toxic. Like, just get yourself out of that situationship or that whole situation. Do you understand? This is something that I wish I knew in my 20s. Also, if you have friends that you're constantly reaching out to, like you're the one that always reach out to them, like there's nothing wrong with checking up on your friend too, but when that checking up is not reciprocated, when you're always reaching out to this person and this person never reaches out to you, then that relationship is one-sided. And to be honest, in your 20s, you don't need those kind of relationships in your life. So if you have those kind of people in your corner, cut them off, or just take them for who they are. Some people, like, we use the word friendship, we use the word friend for everybody. Some people can just be your co-worker or can just be your acquaintance. They don't even have to be, like, we use the word friends for a lot of people. Some people are just an acquaintance to you, okay? So if you know that you are constantly the one checking up on people and they never reach out to you, maybe you're not so important to these people. So why not gravitate towards those people that are equally as important to you as you are to them? Like, they reach out to you, you also reach out to them. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing I wish I knew in my 20s. So another thing that I wish I knew in my 20s is to trust my gut slash instincts, of which to an extent I think I did this in my 20s, but not enough. Okay, a lot of times when your instinct or your gut is telling you to do something, do it. When your gut or your instinct is telling you not to do a particular thing, chances are trust your instincts, because if you go ahead to do that particular thing, one thing or the other might happen. So a quick scenario, like something happened when I was a lot younger. I met somebody and my instincts told me that that person was lying to me, and at first I was just waving it around, okay, but later on I realized that that person was actually lying to me. And I had that gut, I had that instinct that that person was lying to me all along. If only I trusted my instincts earlier. Okay, like, trust your instinct. That's something that I wish I knew in my 20s. The thing that I wish I knew in my 20s was to sleep in. Guys, I know that this sounds very funny, but in my 20s, maybe because I grew up in a very enclosed environment, like I grew up in a strict environment, I wasn't really allowed to do much, to go out. So in my 20s, I wanted to just go everywhere, anywhere that they say one thing is happening, I wanted to be there, okay? But now in my 30s, I value the time that I get to spend by myself in this house to just sleep. Like, I value sleep so much, and I wish I knew this in my 20s. Like, there's nothing wrong with sleeping. The Bible says that God gives his beloved sleep. That's what the Bible says. Are you not the beloved of the Lord? Okay, so, like, yeah, I wish I knew this in my 20s. I wish I slept more in my 20s and I wasn't worried sick about things that I cannot change. Another thing that I wish I knew in my 20s was to stick to a budget. Like, in my 20s, I was basically just spending anyhow. Like, in my early 20s, I was spending anyhow. I was a victim of MMM. Do you guys know MMM? And I think there's one, loopers. I was also a victim to loopers as well. Like, I used my savings at the time to do these things. Like, I was so stupid. If only I had a budget and I knew about investing and all of that. Because if I had invested those money in, like, platforms where I don't have access to those monies, I'm very sure that I wouldn't have even had the money to do those loopers, MMM at the time. Okay, so I think it was in my mid 20s was when I discovered Piggyvest, Cowrywise, Mutual Benefits, like savings platforms like that. So you can just put away your money and you don't have access to that money until the time that you need the money. Okay, and it was in my mid-20s that I started budgeting. Like, I would budget my salary for the month even before that month ends, so that when the money comes, I don't just spend the money anyhow. Okay, I have a certain percentage that I save at the end of the month. Like, I draw up a budget and I try my possible best to stick to that budget. So guys, that's something I wish I knew in my early 20s. I wish I knew how to draw up a budget and stick with that budget. So that's going to be my advice for you. Okay. So guys, another thing that I wish that I knew in my 20s was to learn to spend time with myself. Like, I always wanted to be around people. Okay, I thought I was this girl that couldn't live all by herself in my 20s. So before I even moved into my uncle's house, I had a flatmate, my friend at the time. We're living together, you know. So she got married and relocated to the UK, and it was only me in that apartment. Guys, I was so sad that period. I couldn't just be in my house by myself. And I think at that time I wasn't even dating anymore. So I couldn't just stay by myself and just be by myself. Okay? That's something I wish I knew in my 20s. I wish I knew how to spend quality time with myself, like get to know myself, hang out with myself, be at home, watch a movie. I'm not much of a book person, but like watch videos, like watch a lot of YouTube videos or whatever kind of video, or watch a movie or something. Or, you know, that's something that I wish I knew in my 20s. I wish I learned to spend quality time with myself, because right now in my 30s, now that Zeno and I got this apartment, but like some of you may know, Zeno is my cousin and she got married. So right now I'm the only one living in this house. And guys, do I love being by myself? I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy my own company. I enjoy just being by myself in this house, eating, resting, filming content, watching movies and stuff. So yeah, that's something I wish I knew in my 20s, how to spend quality time with myself. Another thing that I wish that I knew in my 20s would be taking care of myself. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. Okay. You need to learn to love up on yourself. Like, you know, those things that you like other people to do to you, do it for yourself. Like, if you like to buy designer perfume and you can afford it, buy it for yourself. If you like to eat in fancy restaurants, go to fancy restaurants and do it for yourself. But make sure you have a source of income. Okay, don't do it with other people's money. All I'm saying is learn to take care of yourself. If you're working so hard, learn to splurge at least once in a while. Splurge on that expensive pizza, splurge on anything expensive that you like. For ladies, that expensive hair that you like, it's okay to splurge on it. Like, do self-care. Take yourself to the nail place. I know my nails are crusty right now, I just took them out. But if nails is your thing, go to the nail salon, do your nails, do your hair, go to the spa, get your pedicure and like do all of that for yourself. Take yourself out on a date. Okay, take yourself out for picnic. Like, take yourself to the fanciest of places. Okay, learn to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. I wish I knew this in my 20s. I always just like people taking care of me, but now in my 30s I've learned to take care of myself. Like, if there's anything that I like, I buy it for myself. Okay, so that's something that I wish I knew in my 20s, taking care of myself. So another thing that I wish I knew in my 20s was to slow down. Okay, if you live in Lagos, you know how the hustle bustle is in Lagos. Like, everybody is on the move, everybody is going. Like, if you work on the island, for instance, and you're going to work on a Monday morning, you need to see people on the road. Everybody is in a hurry, everybody is just in a hurry. Like, in your 20s, you're already, you know, you have your plan. What I said about timelines, like you have your plan set out for yourself, and let's just say that things are not working the way that you wanted them to. It's okay to just take a break, like slow down, analyze everything that is going on. What are you doing right? What are you not doing right? What should you do better? You know, things like that. I wish I knew this in my 20s. I wish I just took a break and just slow down. Like sometimes just take a break, okay? It's good to be up and doing, okay? It's good to do all of that, but sometimes it's also good to slow down. Slow down, you're doing fine. You can be anything, something. There's this sound on Instagram and TikTok. I think it's Instagram. Slow down, you're doing fine. If you know it, please leave it in the comments below, okay? Yeah, I wish I slowed down more in my 20s. Okay. So another thing I wish I knew in my 20s was that it's never going to be perfect, okay? Life in itself is not perfect. So I wish I knew this in my 20s, because in my 20s I always wanted everything to be perfect. Like when it comes to dating, the guy should be the perfect guy. When it comes to like job, like in my 20s I thought I was going to have the perfect job, you know, like fresh out of school. I went for a lot of interviews, okay, and I did not land that perfect job that I was looking for. But like, it's okay to want to have the perfect job, but guys, there's not, like, nothing is perfect, okay? That's something I wish I knew in my 20s. Nothing is perfect. I wish I knew this in my 20s. Nothing is perfect, and that's okay too, okay? So guys, we have come to the end of this video. If you liked it, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are there things that you would like to add to these points that I've given in this video? Please leave them in the comments. I want this video to be very interactive. If you like this kind of videos, do let me know in the comments. And till I come your way next time, bye guys.
So many reasons why I want it for you, my love. Now I want to retire with my love, oh no. See you're the little